Hey, great Wednesday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville. And I actually had been debating, talking amongst myself, whether to continue to have the shows on Wednesday because I have a church service on Wednesday. So I was like, torn. Should I cut down and have four shows in the evenings? Uh, and I opted not to do that because quiero seguir dándole continuidad. I want to continue on doing these shows at least towards you know towards mid year. Yeah, at least till mid year, and then we'll see what happens. I This community is a very taxing sometimes, taxing on a lot of us individuals. Let me share this really quick. All right, I had a conversation. Well, I read some inbox messages I received from a local blogger, and local blogger, actually shared some great advice. Actually, shared some great talking points, and out of respect, I'm not going to make mention the individual is, but went on the, I'm not supporting any candidate, and I think that's okay. I don't think that I'm receiving any of support right now from any of the local bloggers. Uh, Not directly. I think indirectly. I think almost all the bloggers here locally are probably going to vote for Erasmo Castro, and I say that because I am very grateful that they are going to vote for Erasmo Castro, and other individuals that I've had made a mention, talk to. Uh, Throughout the city of Brownsville are tired of the same old that we've received, the same political talk, are also going to vote for Erasmo. And this evening, I ran into someone who, oh, well, I hate them all. And I guess, okay, I just don't understand why individuals would hate Erasmo Castro. And, I don't want to sound like I'm full of myself or Arley. I just don't understand. I don't hurt anyone. Look, and I know that individuals out there may think, well, Erasmo is an a hole, and I can understand that, but I don't hurt anyone. Hola, Manny.
Good evening.
Nothing much. Having some conversations with some folks today, and it's kind of crazy, Manny, because I sort of think, and call me crazy, I sort of think I'm going to be getting a lot of support from individuals who usually wouldn't support an Erasmo Castro. And I'm grateful, you know, but it still sucks a little bit that they go like, well, we just hate the other ones more. You know what I'm saying?
The lesser of two evils.
Well, yeah, the lesser of three evils in this case. And, I go like, thanks, you know, but I still don't, I still don't understand why, and I don't want, maybe I should, maybe I should just go like, okay, I'll take it, you know, but there's a little part of you going like, could you explain the why? And it's trippy because most people, they can't say why, they'll say, oh, because you post Chisme. I'm going like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I pull chisme. Okay. How much of that chisme has actually been true and screwed you over as a community? You know, and one of the reasons, man, and I don't know if a lot of people know this. One of the reasons that I started this page, I was going to say stupid page. One of the reasons I started the page was to bring to light a lot of the, you know, underground conversations that a lot of people had.
Hmm.
And, we really exploded during the Save TSC because I wanted to become very, very involved in Save TSC. I don't know. Do you remember the Save TSC movement thing?
Sure do.
You know, they were going to take, Manny, from us $250 million, our buildings, our land.
Yeah.
$250 million. They were going to give it away to one of the richest entities, educational entities in the country, UT, and still leave us a $25 million bond debt that we were supposed to pay. So, started fighting that. And that's what just got the little political crazy crap going. And thank God, and the community should be very, very grateful. We were able to stop it, you know, because there was so many of us out there coming together and screaming about it. You remember when they tried to screw us over with Lincoln Park? Wanted to take Lincoln Park from us. We
Yeah.
were out there screaming at the meetings, and fighting so that the kids at Lincoln could still have a park. But this is what I don't, and I think we talked about this on your show the other day. I don't get why people don't understand. I don't have kids, Manny. Well, so they say. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't have kids, but I'm going to fight for your kids to have their park. I don't go to parks. I think it would look kind of creepy.
Yes, it would.
I'm coming to the park, you know. But I'm going to fight for the community to have their park, and for the baseball players that play, the little league thing stuff,
Hmm.
whatever it is. I don't have kids on there, but I just don't get. And I don't want. And let me say, and I'm mentioning it right now, and I'm glad you came on. Thanks for coming on. Mentioning it now because I just had a conversation with someone on social media, going like, "Thanks," you know. But how do you see these races coming along?
It's going to be very interesting. As you know, as you may not know, I don't know, maybe you do know, I had Susan Rubalcaba on tonight.
Oh,
Yes, that was
church
interesting.
night for me. How did it go?
It went well. I think she did very well. I think the question came up: does your inexperience maybe give you a disadvantage? But uh, she's very bright. She's very smart. She's an intelligent woman, and I think people who have a mind like that can enter these things and pick up on things real quickly, and their natural intelligence kind of, that they, as long as somebody's got a good heart, I think the right things will be done. And I think if people, I think people may give her a chance. She actually sounds very wholesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping, I'm hoping that the community, and I think we talked about this, they decide to go a different route. And I think that what favors me in this race, which doesn't help Susan in hers, is that I'm running against two people that are sitting on the commission. She's not running against an incumbent.
Yeah.
because I think, and again, you correct me if I'm. I think the sentiment of a lot of people out there is just we've just gotten screwed
Yeah.
with the PUB thing, and they're associating the incumbents as right they should with everything that's going on. So what I'm thinking, there's I have that advantage over Susan in that she's not running against an incumbent. I don't know if again, I was at church, so I didn't get to see the show, but I, I imagine she made mention that her opponent is was a part of the PUB. Did that come up?
No, she did not bring that up. That did not come up.
Well,
A lot of it was, what her involvement, how she got involved with the whole, you
PUB.
know, PUB and digging for information and getting the information that she's gotten thus far and being very vocal about that.
Yeah, and again, so that I think might help in regards to someone who has been a part of the system. That may help her out. One of the things that I think that Susan has excelled at is, she's been going to speaking at the meetings, concerned.
Yeah, yeah,
But and one of the things that I think that Susan and I share, uh, as well, I think as everyone else running for office right now, is that our electricity bill going up $300, Manny, which was my case.
hmm,
It hurts, but I can pay it. You know,
yeah,
it hurts.
yeah. But there's a lot of people that can't. I mean, that's the problem.
That's the problem.
And I think as of today, they've stopped that moratorium on disconnections, right?
After February 28th.
Yeah,
Thank you, Bobby. So that was my issue, Manny. And again, one of the things that I think a lot of people like Susan, myself, Kayla, uh, Frankie was out there. A lot of us that were out there, screaming at the meetings and bringing awareness was, guys, we're not fighting for ourselves. We are, but more importantly, we're fighting for those individuals that can't afford money. I mean, you're rich, you got cash.
oh, I know. And the problem is, and Susan was right. She's saying instead of PUB going, well, let us figure out how we're gonna help these people. She's like, you know what? Give me my refund, give us our refund, and those of us who want to help each other, we're gonna help each other with that money because I don't trust you anymore.
No,
To deal
Manny,
with this money.
you and I talked about this on your show. How am I going to trust you when you screwed me for 179?
Yeah.
You know, and then tell me, well, I got 29 for you, but it's like that guy from that insurance commercial. Almost had it. Almost got it.
Almost had it. Yep.
Almost had
Yep.
it. It's over there. We're gonna use it for something else. Oh, you're not gonna get
Yeah.
it.
And with the money that's left, whatever that's little tiny piece of that's left, once it gets filtered out down to everybody, it'll be less than $100. I mean, we're lucky if it's $50 per person, per account holder. That's nothing.
Nothing.
That's
I,
nothing.
I'm going to guesstimate that
And I'm
everyone.
just throwing an arbitrary number out there. That's not a. Don't quote me on that number. I'm just saying, by the time it gets filtered down, we're lucky if it's $50.
I'm going to guesstimate, Manny. It's going to be close to $69,
See, I'm thinking 40. I'm thinking
just
40
to be
bucks.
indicative of how they screwed us over. 69. Just
69.
remember,
Oh man, good one. Yeah, yeah.
remember that number, 69, and we'll see who gets closer, Manny with his 40 or me with my 69.
I'm going to write it down. 60.
Yeah, I'll bet you a $2 bill. I'm sure. I'm
Oh,
sure. I'm sure that one thing that Susan didn't mention is she owes me three $2 bills.
oh, is that right?
Yeah, because one of the things that these people haven't realized is I tend to be always on the right side when it comes to these little political shenanigans. She owes me three $2 bills. That's $6, I think. But I want my $2 bills. I don't want the $6. But people need to understand. And again, going back into, I think this is what benefits someone like me is that I've got John and Jessica who, you know, are part of all this, and people
Yeah.
know. You know, one of the things that really amazes me. I don't know if you're going to have John on your show.
I've reached out, haven't heard back. The one I
Okay,
heard
good.
back from tonight was Kati.
Oh,
She
good.
did reach out. She'll be on next week.
Let me make mention of this. One of the things that really trips me out about John is he's probably going to not want to come on your show.
Yeah.
One of the things that trips me out about John, his first signs were number one priority: lower your PUB bill.
Mm.
I'm going like, bitch,
Good luck with that.
you did this. You were part of this, and now you want to lower the PUB bill.
Yeah.
And what really gets to me, Manny, is that people are going to vote for John Cowan and Jessica Tetreault because of the bull crap that spurts out of their mouth during the campaign
Yeah.
because they've not been vocal these past 4 years. Jessica, this past 12 years, they haven't been vocal. I mean, honestly, have you heard anything from John or Jessica about PUB? Anything?
Not at all. Nothing at all.
And now that they're running for office, now it's John's number one priority.
And for the record, I did reach out to Jessica as well, and I have not heard. And I told you this the other day. She still hasn't opened the message I sent to her 2 years ago. 2 years ago about coming on back then.
Well,
So
maybe now she'll be accessible that she's running for mayor.
uh, I'm not hopeful.
You're not going to hold your breath?
I'm not going to hold my breath on that one.
Well, it's unfortunate. But again, so I'm thinking, and going back into the conversation I had with that individual today, so I'm thinking, we're like, well, maybe, you know, we're going to do okay. I heard from a local blogger, this is what Teresa is referring to, and he goes, I've been talking to people around the neighborhood, and they're definitely not voting for John or for Jessica, which is true. He goes, and some may not vote for you, but they're going to put in some crazy names in there, which is an option. People could write in anything they want.
You can handwrite whoever you want. That's right.
So it's going to be interesting if just by default, if my people come out and vote and theirs decide to write Donald Duck.
I find it a bit arrogant that they won't speak anywhere, won't speak to anyone. They almost, I believe they almost believe that they're gonna win and they don't have to do anything. Yeah.
They fly in there.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they think. And you're saying it, no, why need it? Yeah, I'll take it. I think what happens is that they think that because they're spending boohoos of cash. I mean, you already got Jessica making robocalls, phone banking, push cards everywhere. Push cards. I mean, they've left a couple at my house going like, my house. You need to tell your people not to be leaving that crap at my house. No one at my house is going to vote for Jessica Tetreault. But they're going to spend in the upwards of $100,000 to $200,000. What's your take on someone spending $100,000 to $200,000 on a race, on a seat, Randy, that pays nothing?
Yeah. What are they getting? $10. I think what
A
do you say?
meeting.
$10 per meeting. Twice a month minimum or something like that.
$20 a
Yeah,
month.
it's you have to you have to think why that interest, why spend so much money, if there isn't anything on the other end or the potential for something on the other end to come back to you.
It makes absolutely no sense. Again, oh, and one of the things that a friend of mine, straight out to me, we were talking about, I think with your friend Roman this morning. We were talking about how these individuals are paying off the bloggers, you know, to run their stuff, and I think Roman made mention. Well, we got to check the campaign finance reports to see if they're paying Juan or Mikhail. And I got a message from someone. They said, "Well, take into consideration they pay Pink Ape Rodrigo,
Mm.
and that's what they report. I paid Pink Ape $5,000. What does Pink Ape do with that money? But he in turn pays the bloggers, so you don't have to report
Right.
it on your report
Yeah.
because you paid Pink Ape.
Pink Ape is like your agent, your marketing manager. They're handling things.
He's the
They're paying for
middleman.
advertising. Yeah.
He's the middleman. The middleman always makes the bucks. And otherwise, he's consistent about his stance against all has our town stagnant and headed to terrible direction. So he's the candidate that gives us hope for change. And look, uh, you always get at one of the things is going out there like, well, that Erasmo is just bashing the candidates. Well, yeah, because I want people to stop voting for the crap that we have now that have placed us in this predicament. But I'm not arrogant, although a lot of people say that I'm very, very full of myself and that I have a big head. I don't know where they get that from.
I
But
have no idea.
it's crazy talk. But I'm not stupid, Manny. I may be full of myself and I may think very, very high. I'm not stupid. I know I don't have the answers, you know, but I'm smart enough to surround myself with the individuals that do, you know, and that's what I hope people will get from all this. I want to bring everyone in to find the solutions to everything that ails us. It's the only way it's going to work. If we all work together to bring about the change that this community needs, it's the only way we're going to be successful. Because what what has happened, and I think, and I've talked about this for a while now. What has happened, Manny? We're in such a bad place right now that in order to pick us back up to where we need to be competitive with everybody else, it's going to
Yeah.
cost us a crap load more than it would have cost us if we would have been fixing it along the way. Does that make sense?
To do it right in the first place.
Well, and upkeep, Manny, you
Hmm.
know, and if this little bookshelf that I have right here, all of a sudden I see a little crack on the side. Well, let me go out there and put something to bring it together. It only cost me a quarter, to get some bondo or some crap. I don't even know what that,
Mm.
and fix it up. But if I say, number, it's not that bad, and it keeps on going and going and going, then I'm probably going to have to replace the whole damn bookshelf.
Yeah.
So it's costing me more. And this is this is on John's other priority for Brownsville. On his other sign is uh, upgrade the zoo, make the zoo bigger. We're like, again, Manny, bitch, where were you these past 4 years?
Yeah.
You know, where was Jessica these 12 years, bro? During the pandemic, Manny, and we talked about this. I think, yeah, we did. I'm getting old. But during the pandemic, they had a GoFundMe page to feed the animals, bro.
Yes, they did. Incredible when I found that out. Something is majorly wrong. You know, that zoo needs a lot of updating. A lot of updating. I went late last year, and I couldn't believe what it looked like a '70s style apartment or house that needed major updating, and it's it's not good.
No.
Something like that would almost be like, well, you know what? We're going to shut her down for a while because I
It needs
found it
help.
a little embarrassing. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's embarrassing, and that's
Say,
where we're
Ben.
at. We used to have the top 10 zoos in the country. Now it's embarrassing. I mean, we couldn't even keep the elephants, Manny. But this is what really trips me out because we lost the elephants. I think it was like 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago. We lost the elephants because of
Yeah,
the size of of the zoo. Right?
yep,
We needed more space.
yep.
Nothing was done. We still can't have elephants. But in that time, Manny, you've got the Midi Cultural District growing and growing and growing. We've got Ringo Park there. It's just there now. And we've got that football field from Cummings that's not being used because it's not a school anymore. It's a CTE program.
Mm.
So why couldn't we have encompassed all that property and made that part of the zoo? I mean, think about the where we have the wow, what's that called? That weekend market, the farmers market.
Oh yeah.
The farmers market all the way to the cannery place over there that goes all the way back there. That's city property, man. Why couldn't we given that to the zoo, you know, and expand the zoo? Something.
Well, I said this the other day. What about some of that beautification money from Elon Musk and say, hey, you know what? Let's take a little bit of this and give it to the zoo so they can fix this or that or whatever.
Something. It's not bashing when you tell the truth, buddy. Preach. And that's what really trips them out. But it goes back to like when we were dealing with Trey Mendez, you know, he's going like, well, you're just being negative. That's what being negative. Not being negative, just pointing out that you have us in a cesspool, you know? And I think part of the problem is they'll get applauded, Manny, by that 1% little group out there that don't have it tough.
Yeah.
You know, que no batallan, Manny. And again, and you know, I don't want to sound arrogant. I can afford $300 more a month, a light bill. You know, you can too. My grandparents can't.
Yeah.
My tia that lives at Rockwell, my other tia that lives down southmost, they can't. And we're consistent. Everyone in the city of Brownsville has been affected by Tony Martinez, this mayor, these city commissioners screwing us over.
Yeah.
Everyone in the city has been affected. But I'm the
I
negative
mean,
one.
yeah, there's a difference in somebody being negative and somebody just bringing things to light. Those are totally two different things. And and I'll admit there was a time a while back when I was like, oh man, this dude's so negative. He's always this, always complaining, always complaining. But I get it. I get it now. I get it. And I can admit that it was when that PUB Tanasca thing, when that finally came out and said, oh, here's the audit. Oh, guess what?
He was right.
He was right. He was right. And you got to give
but
acknowledgement to what you were trying to show and expose.
yeah, but I wish I was wrong. You know?
Oh yeah.
To this day, I wish that I had been so wrong, Manny. And then I would come up here and go like, you know what? I screwed up. You know, it wasn't a tranza. You know, it was actually going to be great, but it was an accident, didn't fall through. I wish. And here's the money. We could account for all the money. Manny, they couldn't account for the money for months.
Yeah.
To this day, still don't know. Back when we were doing the shows there at the coffee shop, I brought them in. I actually had Tony Martinez. I had Jessica Tetreault. Had Nerith Golonsky on. And we asked them, how much has Tanasca cost us? You know that back then, none of them had a clue. Not even Tony Martinez. They didn't know. I think Jessica was the one that came closest by saying 135 million. She was probably the closest one.
Mm.
The actual number is up to 179 million. But no accounting for it. So now that we demanded, we screamed, we yelled, they had the audit, then they had to come up with some numbers. Then they come to figure out, well, we gave you $75 million back.
Mm.
When?
Mm.
And they said, well, your rates didn't go as high as they could have because we subsidized them with a $75 million.
Mm-hmm.
And they expect us to believe that crap.
Yeah.
And it's like you mentioned. Well, now the indicate. Well, you all had $40 million, but 29 PUB had, and 11 the city had. So we asked the city, "Where's the 11 million?" They said, "There's no 11 million. It's gone." It's gone. Well, what did you use it on? And why did you take it in the first place? Manny, John Cowan, Jessica Tetro, they were part of taking this money, the 11 million. Let's not talk about the, and this is just the 11 million this cycle this year. They've been taking 11 million or 10 million every year. So this time, what they had left, Manny, was 11 million. So you go, well, where's the 11 million? They say it's gone because we spent it. And then you go
What?
like, oh, what? And
Hmm.
who gave you permission? Because that wasn't your money. That was our money, the citizens of Brownsville. So now they're down to 29 million, which again, I say 69, you say 40. We'll see $2 up on the what's going to happen to those 29. Man, I really think that we're getting nothing back because the
Yeah.
last verbiage that they threw out there was saying, well, um, we're going to give it to the poor for the individuals that are going to get their light cut off because of the moratorium. Who gave you permission to do that? You know, who gave you all permission to do that? What authority do you have to do that? And they say, well, the authority that the citizens gave us as when they elected us into office. Well, then let's make sure that they don't make that same mistake again, which favors me.
We'll see. And that option may be the right one. There may not be any refund ever. If it's anything less than what we're talking about, it's a it's an insult.
It's a slap in the face.
Yeah, it is.
The stuff we're getting nothing back. But again, I want PUB to return 179 million. And I'm sorry, and to all the people out there, anyone who thinks that the individuals who were part of taking your money are going to be wanting to give you back your money, got some property out there in Arizona, some oceanfront property in Arizona I want to sell to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I asked Susan about that, being that she's been so active in trying to get information and attending the meetings and speaking out. I asked her if she really believed that whether going to actually be a refund at some point, and she actually believes it is going to happen from all the talk that from what's going on at the meetings. And but I hope she's right. And if she is, it's going to be either $40 or $69. you know.
It's not going to happen. And again, she's going to owe me another $2 bill. She hasn't paid me the one she already owes me. She's going to owe me another $2 bill. And I'm hoping, she starts keeping her promises and starts paying me my damn money. Susan better have my money.
I want my $2.
I want my $2. I'm be coming on your show every chance I get, saying where's my damn $2?
I want my $2. Yeah.
Bitch,
If anybody knows what movie that's from, I'll give you a gold star. I want my $2. Do you know where that's from?
No.
Yeah, it's from a movie. See if
Just
anybody knows. Hey, I got to run. I got early night and an early morning tomorrow morning. But I wanted to come on and say a few things with you, and I appreciate the invite.
Who's your next candidate and when?
North Golonsky tomorrow.
At what time?
7 or 8 o'clock. I think it's 8 o'clock.
Okay, good.
And then Brian Martinez on Friday.
I think I'll watch both of them.
And then I've got the just agreed to next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Oh, I've got Linda Macias.
Better off dead movie.
There you go. That's correct. The kid on the bike, newspaper delivery boy, was owed $2 in the whole movie. They kept plugging him in. I want my $2.
Yeah. I want that star.
Linda Macias is going to be on, I believe, Tuesday at 7 p.m. next week.
Just so y'all know, we got invited to a mayoral forum from Brownsville Chamber of Commerce. I think it's on the 13th of April. Have another one on the 24th of April, which is kind of trippy. That's the first day of early voting. So we got two forums already lined up. So hopefully there's
Nice.
going to be more opportunities, to speak with these people present.
Yeah.
And going to be excited about seeing them on your shows.
Yeah, that'll be good. I'll try to that. Be nice to cover that forum. That's for sure.
Perfect. Thanks for coming on.
Alrighty. Have a good night, everybody. Nice to see you all.
Adios. Pause the rerun of Manny with Susan to watch out, but I will go back to it. It was good up to where I stopped. Good job. I hope you're doing well, my friend. And donde están los? I have one here at the office. Remind me Sunday. I think I'm going to see you Sunday. Hola, happy International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day to all the women out there. I had conversations with older people and they don't know what's going on. So I explained to them, they're tired of seeing crap. They will vote for you. It's not all about the money, it's the trust, 100%. That's what we need. There's so much that should make the momentum to change the biggest motivators of constituents to vote for Erasmo, Susan, and Kati. It's going to be interesting. I'm very hopeful. You need to tell the people what Jessica's people are doing. They're calling them for their vote and they say no, and the people just hang up on them. That's I've heard that. Uh, they need to continue to do that. Keep on hanging up on people. Get them all, sending them our way. You need to tell people. Oh, we did it. I can't wait to see Erasmus at forums. He's going to tell them the new one. You better believe it. I live for forums. It's my thing. Now that it's all of Brownsville that has the opportunity to vote for Erasmus, his followers are going to come out and finally be able to vote him and not be limited to district boundaries. I'm praying. Makes sense for Democrats. It's crazy. What's up, Erasmo? Hey, Jess. Zoo GoFundMe was embarrassing and devastating. Shame on city officials. 100%. The Houston Zoo Zoos are way better. 100%. The zoo is stagnant in growth. Thus, it doesn't bring the crowd, same old crowd it used to. No. You can be great economic and tourist tool. These people, however, don't care. Only when it benefits them. Think about it, guys. Think about all this money that has been placed downtown to make the politicos richer. If that had been placed at the zoo, have y'all thought of that? Honestly, think of the millions and millions of dollars that have been poured into downtown, where the mayor has property, where John has property, where Jessica has a special interest. If all that money had been placed in the zoo instead of where these folks' properties lie, the zoo would not be in such bad shape. Man, great idea. Incorporate all the area around zoo, have a sky tram from one side to the next. So many possibilities, but first get the bus stops done. 100%. Man, you have seen the light. Uh, Maybe and I have not always agreed on some things. I think deep down, we've always agreed on the important things, which is okay. I appreciate that. Almo, how do you find out about all the transfers from the politicians? Uh, I have individuals that are always around these folks, inside people that want to desperately say something. They don't want to lose their job. They don't want to be singled out. It's like this chick out there that I was talking to today goes out there and says, well, we just don't have good candidates to run. I said, well, bitch, you run. You know, you run. You don't like any of the candidates out there. Put your damn name on a damn ballot. But they're cowards. They like to talk smack about Erasmo. Will never go out there and put their name on a damn ballot. Put your name on the ballot. Expose yourself. Because it's not easy, folks. I'm here. I'm taking hits like crazy from sometimes from enemies and from friends at times, taking hits. I don't have to. Guys, I spent Christmas in New York City, traveled to Egypt, Colombia, Peru. You think I need this shit? I'm fighting for the community. You know? Maggie. I'm fighting for the community. I have nothing to gain. And I've lost a lot. And this is one of the reasons why this will be my last race. I'm going to go spend more time with my dentist, the kids. I'm going to travel if we are not successful. If Erasmo was not successful, this community is in trouble. We will lose so much because no one is going to be out there fighting for us. Infrastructure security are a must for investors to come down. Why are candidates laying out their plans to the voters? That was my number two and my number three. Security is number two, infrastructure is number three. Emma, don't hold back in the forum. Hold their feet to fire. You better believe it. I'm going to record it too. Probably going to show it live. So screw them. Yeah, I agree. Emma has CIAs working. Tetro isn't doing anything about 10-acre Galicia parking lots or hazard people's health. I totally get it. No one cares. They don't. Screw them. That's why it's important to have a list of priorities so that when funding becomes available, they get addressed. You have a list. You list of the people and what they need. Again, in case no one read my post, I agree with Terry. First priority, guys, wipe these boards committees clean. These people, Mr. L. Tucker, that allowed, that turned a blind eye to this Caliche crap. They were on boards and committees. They're the ones that went out there and suggested to the commissioners. And the commissioners used them as an excuse to say, well, it was the committee. Who appointed the committee? You did. Who ultimately is responsible? They are. Maggie has retired. Maggie continue to hurt, continues to hurt Erasmo's feelings. If I had some, but it isn't because you're not coming on. She's not coming on. It's because I expected a little bit more from my friends. Pedro Miles running for mayor? No, he was deemed ineligible. Only the guy that owns that hotel thinks that Pedro Miles is still running. Imbecile. As soon as you're mayor, please help us here. What's going to happen if these tankers, gas tanks next to my house just ignores the issue? I will not ignore the issue. I promise you. Yep. I promise you. Out with the old, in with the new. It's time to finally stand up against the establishment. And that time is now. And look, guys, I don't want people to vote for Erasmo because he's the lesser of all three evils. I want people to vote for Erasmo because they're tired of these individuals pocketing the resources that should go to the people of Brownsville. I don't want people to think, well, es el menos peor. Because I am definitely not. I am the best candidate out there. to be mayor of the city of Brownsville, no matter who I'm running against, no matter what candidate you think is more qualified than Erasmo Castro. There is none. Look, guys, very simple. There is a movement against Tanasca because of Erasmo Castro. And I appreciate everybody else that has come out to speak after. But without Erasmo Castro, there wouldn't be individuals speaking at city commission meetings, at PUB meetings. There wouldn't be. We'd all continue to be screwed. So you could hate Erasmo. You may not like Erasmo. Just don't diss Erasmo. Don't even have to thank me. Just don't diss me. Because all this, all the Tanasca, all the awareness because of the bus stops, all of it was because of Erasmo. Not anybody else that's running, not anybody else that's screaming. And I don't say it to diss anyone, but don't think that you could push Erasmo to the side and say, I don't need that guy. When I was the one screaming about it, while everybody else was continuing to eat their steak and lobster dinners at home. This is my baby boy. He doesn't like to be put in this position. You can't even breathe, can you? ¿Quién es el bebé de papá? I love this kid. You see, this is who I live for. This is my baby boy. This is my baby boy. I have 3 baby girls. He's fat. ¿Verdad? ¿Quieres subir ahí arriba? He's huge. He's over 3 foot tall. ¿Verdad? Súbete. Chema. Chema. He's not very obedient. He does like to eat, though. My God. So if they're pocketing the money, is it going to their bank account or do they have a safe under their home? It's all invested. And they become experts in regards to hiding all this money. I have absolutely no clue. During spring break, I will be taking pictures of the crappy things that the city officials have allowed to continue to deteriorate and asking why they haven't done crap. I will be starting to hold signs at the intersections. I'm going to take a page out of the Carlos Casco's book and I'm going to give them hell. I'm going to go for the jugular. I'm going to call them all out, every single one, to the point that they're going to wish they never got into a race against Erasmo Castro, but more importantly, against the people of Brownsville. Chema, do you think you'll be missed when you're gone? Um, Probably not. One of the things that I've been very, very good at, Rolando, I like my solitude. And I know for some people it's difficult to understand. I like being alone. It doesn't mean that I don't want anyone voting for me or no one supporting me or no one sharing my crap. I just like to be alone. Tonight, I'm going to watch a movie. I'm going by myself because I like to be alone. I like to go to the movies by myself. I usually like to go eat by myself. I travel to Monterrey by myself. I spend a lot of time walking around Barrio Antiguo by myself. So I think some people take it as Erasmo is uncaring. I'm not uncaring. It's just like my solitude. So will I be missed when I'm gone? Probably not. And I'm okay with that. Hey, Erasmo, you would be such a cool mayor. Corruption has really screwed up our city. What happened to Pat Ahumada in terms of being ineligible? And why did Mayor Trey decide to give up the position of power? He said he was greatly affected by his time as mayor. Well, for some reason, Trey seems to think that he lost money during his mayoral run. I disagree. I think he made boohoo's of money. I think that I think it was time for Trey to go. And I love Trey Mendes. Give him hell at us one, I promise. He's your office greeter. He is a character. Ben, Chema, Chema. He can't breathe when he's in this position, ¿verdad? Por eso andas gruñendo. No puedes respirar, barradito. No te voy a dejar ir. ¿Por qué no puedes respirar? Escute arriba. Chema. Look at this back chair. He's destroyed it. He literally can't breathe when he's in sitting a position. He's so fat. I love him. I agree with the strategy. Corner callers of the truth. I'm in. Vente, marrano. You like the solace. Yeah. I like my quiet free time. Now, did you fall in love with the dentist? No. Let me tell you. I got into a fight with my dentist this weekend. Me dejó como novia de rancho. And again today, sending me a message, ¿Cómo estás? And I'm going, what do you need to now? You need some wheels for the charger. Bendigo. Wrong, you will be missed. Politics aside, you share information on a myriad of topics, interesting, enlightening, and funny. I'm praying. My neighbors love Trey and Jessica. Low operating costs and make as much pollution as they want. It's crazy. I'll be wearing my T-shirt. Yeah, I actually uh, sent the logo to be approved, so I'm hoping that by this weekend it will have the T-shirts and the window decals. Hopefully, those will be ready by Friday. Those I've been asked for crap loads of them. I'm going to make 50. They're kind of on the expensive side to make, so I'm going to order 50 and see where that goes. Guys, I'm not going to spend more than $3,000 in this race, and I probably already spent a good $300. Guys, I'm headed to the movies, Cinemark. I'm gonna go watch myself a good little flick. I think I'm watching Creed. Has anyone watched Creed? Shoot. Yes. Is it the 8th today? Yeah, I'm gonna go watch Creed, and then I'm going to watch Scream tomorrow. You're the greatest teacher. Thank you, Bobby. Depends who the person is. If you're wealthy and want to get around basic civil and property rights, just can't trade or love. It's like a slave owner supporting the Confederates. Crazy. Enjoy your movie. Thank you, guys. Have a great evening. Thank you, Manny, for coming on and help me out tonight. I appreciate it. Guys, if you're on YouTube, like that page, please. Haven't generated much funds from YouTube, but it'd be nice to get it back. Guys, have a great evening. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer. Still believe in all that crap. Guys, see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. I think Roman should be on. Guys, be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless. I love y'all. Most of y'all.